Hi, my name is Audra Greening, and this is my interpersonal communication project for Liberty University's Human Services Class 508, fall semester. Interpersonal communication is defined by Stewart as the type or kind of communication that happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. My particular interpersonal communication style is based partly on my personality type. According to the professional's assessment of UniquelyYou.com, I am a DC personality type. Dominant, direct, demanding, and determined. Competent, cautious, calculating, and a critical thinker. Although being direct and determined can be a positive characteristic for task orientation, it can have its negativities during communication because I can be seen as forceful and controlling. Competency is also a positive characteristic during task orientation. However, in communication, cautiousness and calculation can interfere with openness. An overarching goal that I have for my life is to become a more effective listener. 3 aspects of effective listening, as defined by Stewart, are mindful listening, empathic listening, and dialogic listening. Mindful listening is to perceive as closely as possible the intent and experience of the speaker. Empathic listening is to be receptive or sensitive to the full range of characteristics shared by the other person, but responding only with my own impersonal characteristics. According to Schubert, adults who are skilled in empathic listening are able to remove the barriers that often position elders and youth in opposing camps. This is particularly important to me, not only because I am raising 4 children, but because I work with emotionally and behaviorally challenged youth. Dialogic listening is meaning or understanding that is collaboratively co-constructed. Internal noise pollution are things that people do internally to build barriers that prevent them from listening effectively. Some of the barriers that I have to listening are defensive listening, which creates an argumentative atmosphere, listening through filters of past experiences, and the time lag factor, which is filling in the gaps of time with thoughts of what I want to say next, especially rebuttals or advice. Labeling information as unimportant, too boring, too complex, or nothing new. Anxious for the speaker to get to the point. And tone of voice are nonverbal cues that provoke strong feelings. External noise pollution. Some examples are the talker is not speaking loudly enough, loud noises such as traffic or machinery, interruptions such as phone calls, and the talker's mannerisms or appearance. Some solutions to noise pollution for internal is to slow down the conversation, listen mindfully, empathically, and dialogically, and to refrain from rebuttals or advice giving. External solutions are to listen to nonverbal cues and tone of voice. Next thing is seen by Stewart as the most important single communication skill. He defines it as doing something helpful next, responding fruitfully to what's just happened, taking an additional step in the communication process. The EMC equation of enlarging my conversation is identifying needs plus intentional resourcing equals EMC. Some of my identified needs are to be a more effective listener and to become more aware of my behavioral blend and how my personality type affects my interpersonal communication with others. Some intentional resourcing that I can utilize is nexting, particularly seeking the Holy Spirit for fruitful intervention. then opting out of the flat brain syndrome, avoid communication traps, and apply basic listening techniques. Implications of EMC. According to Daniels III and David, the widening of conversation of scholarship and faith, hope, love, liberation as an intellectual pursuit is vital if knowledge is to be advanced and the world changed. My plan of action for enlarging my conversation, even when there is resistance or conflict, is to recognize when I am flat-brained, to handle a thud, apply nexting, mindful, empathic, and dialogic listening. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my interpersonal communication project.